Hello, my name is Lynn. Thanks for joining me for another Frye Families activity. We'll start by looking at another artwork in the Frye's collection before making some art. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to look or discuss. Grab an art buddy and let's get started. Take a moment to look closely at this artwork. What is going on here? It looks like an outdoor scene with a body of water, doesn't it? People seem to be enjoying themselves, talking with each other, and playing in the water. Where might this be? If you think it's the beach, then you are correct. In fact, this artwork is titled Beach Scene, Marblehead. Marblehead is a town in the state of Massachusetts, on the east coast of the United States. Now, imagine you're one of the people in this artwork. Where in the artwork might you be, and what might you be doing on this beach? Share your thoughts with your art buddy. Once you decide where you are in the artwork, what do you think you might hear? Maybe the sound of water splashing, perhaps the chatter from people talking, or laughter from the kids? What might it feel like being in this picture? Perhaps a sense of calm? Maybe you feel the warmth from the sun? Or you might feel the breeze in your hair? What might it smell like if you're in this picture? Maybe the smell of the salty ocean? Other than the ocean and the people, what more can you find? Oh yes, there's a house, some trees, and some rocks in the background near the horizon, where the ocean meets the sky. Have you ever been in a place similar to this? A place that has a body of water? Where did you go? What did it look like? Who did you go with? And what did you do? It can be the ocean, a lake, or even a pool. Talk with your art buddy. Inspired by the artwork that we just spent some time with, let's make a collage of a place with a body of water. This can be somewhere you visited or from your imagination. What's a collage, you might ask? A collage is an image or design where you glue pieces of materials together. Let's see what materials we'll need for the collage. To create a collage, you will need a surface to work on. This can be a piece of paper, ideally something on the heavier side like a cardstock, cardboard, or a folder like this. Today I will be using a paper bag that I cut out. You decide how big or small you want your collage to be. Next, you will need some materials to create your collage with. If you have construction paper, that's great. You can also use recycled materials. Old newspaper, magazines, and catalogs are great. Here I also have some old photographs that I don't want anymore, and some envelopes. When I was picking out these materials, I focused on the colors I want for my body of water and its surrounding. As you can see, I have different shades of blues and greens. You also need a pair of scissors and some glue. Glue stick will work. If you want to use Elmer's glue, that would be fine. Lastly, if you have markers, crayons, color pencils, and other drawing materials, you're also welcome to use those to add additional details and textures. To get started, I went ahead and created a sketch using some lines and shapes. This way I know where everything needs to go. I'm thinking about creating this lake that I visited, and I remember there were some mountains around it, so that's what I have going on here. Now that I know what needs to go into my collage, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out the colors and shapes I need for my water. So using what I have here, I'm gonna focusing on cutting out the blue and trying to avoid the pictures and text. It's okay if you get some of that in. It might actually be kind of interesting to add some textures and other colors to it. When I think of water, I think of waters that are wavy and curvy. So I'm gonna cut out kind of a wavy line, a really thick wavy line here. I can maybe use that for something else as well. When I think of water, I also think of this rounded shape, almost like the bubbles in the water. Maybe a kind of a rounded shape like that. Maybe just one more from this corner here. So, once I have some shapes cut out, I'm going to go ahead and start laying these shapes in. I have quite a few different shades of blue, and all I'm going to do is to try to fill in my lake, kind of by going along the line that I drew earlier. And when I'm laying these shapes in, they're not going to fit perfectly, and that's completely okay. I'm going to be overlapping these shapes anyways, and I'm just going to keep going until I fill it up. So I just finished gluing all the shapes that I cut out for my water. I also added some wavy lines for my water. Maybe it's a windy day that the water is kind of moving a little bit. I wonder, what are some other details I might want to add to my water? Maybe some people, some fish, some boats, or maybe some rocks. Maybe I'll add a rock here. So I'm going to use this photograph here and use this tan color and cut out kind of a shape of a rock. And this can maybe sit on the edge of my lake, like that. Now that I'm done with my lake, I'm going to move on to its surrounding. I have some mountains here. And when I think of mountains, I think of triangles. So I'm going to be cutting out a bunch of triangles using the materials I have. I have a bunch of triangles cut out already on this side. They are all in different shades of green, different sizes. I'm going to be overlapping these triangles, kind of like how I did with my water. When I'm making my collage, I like to lay out the shapes first before gluing them down. This way I know that I can still change them if I change my mind. And I am just going to keep working on my collage. But I wonder, what does your body of water is going to look like? Is it going to be the ocean, the lake, or maybe a swimming pool? And I wonder, what's around your body of water? And what kind of details might you want to add with your drawing material? I cannot wait to see what you come up with. We looked at an artwork with the body of water and created a collage inspired by it. Now, I have a story to share with you. It also involves water. Can you guess where this boy is jumping into? Let's find out. Jabari Jumps. Jabari Jumps by Gaia Cornwall. I'm jumping off the diving board today, Jabari told his dad. Really, said his dad. The diving board was high and maybe a little scary, but Jabari had finished his swimming lessons and passed his swim test, and now he was ready to jump. I'm a great jumper, said Jabari, so I'm not scared at all. Jabari watched the other kids climb the long ladder. They walked all the way out to the end of the board, as big as tiny bugs. Then they stood on the edge. They spread their arms and bent their knees and sprang up, 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 and then they dove down, down, down. Splash! Looks easy, Jabari said. But when his dad squeezed his hand, Jabari squeezed back. Jabari stood at the bottom of the ladder. He looked up. You can go before me if you want, he told the kid behind him. I need to think about what kind of special jump I'm going to do. Jabari thought and thought. Jabari started to climb, up and up. This ladder's very tall, he thought. Are you okay? Called his dad. I'm just a little tired, said Jabari. Maybe you should climb down and take a tiny rest, said his dad. A tiny rest sounded like a good idea. When he got to the bottom, Jabari remembered something. I forgot to do my stretches, he said to his dad. Stretching is very important, said his dad. I think tomorrow might be a better day for jumping, Jabari said. They looked up at the diving board together. It's okay to feel a little scared, said his dad. Sometimes I feel a little scared. I take a deep breath and tell myself I'm ready. And you know what? Sometimes it stops feeling scary and feels a little like a surprise. Jabari loves surprises. Jabari took a deep breath and felt it fill his body from the end of his hair right down to the tip of his toes. Jabari looked up. He began to climb. Up and up and up and up. Until he got to the top, Jabari stood up straight. He walked all the way to the end of the board. His toes curled around the rough edge. Jabari looked out. As far as he could see, he felt like he was ready. I love surprises, he whispered. He took a deep breath and spread his arms and bent his knees. Then he sprang up off the board, flying. Jabari hit the water with a splash. Down, down, down he went, and then back up. Whoosh! Jabari, you did it, says Dad. I did it, says Jabari. I'm a great jumper. And you know what? What, says Dad? Surprise double backflip is next. The end. It turned out that Jabari was jumping into a pool. Did you guess it? Well, I hope you enjoyed the story, as well as the artwork we looked at and the collage activity. I will see you next time, and until then, I hope you visit a body of water.